Finally, it's a Friday. I know we get it. Those of us who work Monday through Friday in the business world, if you will, and in offices, we get excited. Of course, it's the weekend. I was not always this way. I worked in retail many years of my life, so I do realize that sometimes when you work retail, Friday means nothing because you have to work the weekend. So I get it. But nonetheless, we get out into the weekend, things are improving. So many things happening over the weekend. We get some sunshine, temperatures warm up, we get some rain, and our winds turn southerly, so we push the wildfire smoke back up to the north into Canada, so we don't have to deal with that. Our air quality improves. So many things looking forward to, so many reasons why we look forward to the weekend. So that's what's going on big picture wise. Let's get out right now, though, and without further ado, show you what's going on. Air quality, we still got an air quality alert until midnight. Of course, for the counties there in gray. And that's because and it's unsensitive for it's for sensitive groups. It's unhealthy for sensitive groups, not for everybody. So the sensitive groups, you have breathing problems, what have you. You're very elderly, the very young, those whose lungs aren't as full at full capacity. It's probably problematic for you because the wildfire smoke is still sticking around there. So you see that graphic that I have up there. We are between 88 and 120, and so that's right firmly in the unhealthy for some. Not the unhealthy, but unhealthy for some. So we are doing okay for ourselves, but we'll do better once we get into the weekend. Here are the current wildfires. Of course, we've been showing you this throughout the week. Again, wildfires are not always the big raging monsters. Some of them are very small, but the big raging monsters that are in Canada are what's giving us the smoke in our atmosphere. So if you look at that legend just to the top of the screen there, yellow, oranges, those are what we're seeing as we go through the rest of this afternoon into the evening hours. But then look into the weekend on Saturday, we get the grays, and grays are low smoke, so our air quality does a lot better. All right, so currently temperatures in the upper 60s, lower 70s, plenty of sunshine out there. If you're looking to do some fishing, good evening for it. It's a great one. I know a lot of folks will be across the street here at Lake Erie. If you have a favorite, pond or creek or lake or what have you, or river that you like to fish in, good evening for it. Also, if you're taking the boat out this evening or tomorrow, things are looking good. The water temperature's coming up again now. 59 degrees is the water temp. Now that we're shunting off that northerly flow to the wind, and it's a westerly and southwesterly component, so we bring the warmer temperatures up. And so good couple of days here to do some fishing. Bad news is today, for air quality and for pollen, I think together today will probably be the worst. Tree pollen, grass pollen now on the moderate side as opposed to low like it has been the past few days here. Over the weekend, we get rid of the air quality issues, but then the pollen starts to come up a little bit. So today will probably be the worst, where they're both together, moderate and air quality is not as great. So UV index at a 7, so it's high. Use the sunscreen if we're going to be out, maybe at the Guardians game or so, sitting out there for a few hours. Good for the Guardians and the Astros as far as the weather goes. Not bad. Some haze out there, sure, but temperature is going to be right around 70 by first pitch. We'll dip into the 60s as you're out there, so maybe bring the long sleeves if you get cool a little easily. Here is what we're looking at as far as events going on over the weekend. Today we got Fiddlers of Dublin, the Holden Arboretum. Some clouds, we'll call it partly to mostly sunny. Temperatures in the 70s. And then Bay Village tomorrow. Bay Arts Festival going on. Warm and dry, sunshine. Temperatures in the 80s. And then Hooli Fest in Cleveland going on Saturday. I got to admit, I have no idea what the Hooli Fest is. Mackenzie Bart and I, we look for events that go on throughout the week and throughout the weekend. And we like to put these things up. And sometimes I've never heard of some of these things. Like, I think probably all of these things I've never heard of before. But the thing is, you all have. So, if you're going to some of these, here's the forecast for it. They're looking good. Sunshine, temperatures in the 70s and 80s. And sometimes it gives me an idea of what to do over the weekend, too, when I haven't heard of some of those things. And we look those up to say, okay, what events can we include in the forecast? And we're like, oh, this is nice. Maybe I should go to this, or maybe the family should go to that, or what have you. So I do like looking at those and presenting those to you. All right, so here's the Futurecast, the all-important when is the rain coming, the well-needed rain. I was reading some of the comments yesterday on Facebook, and I think someone says, listen, we've had rain. It rained every day in April. We're good. We're fine. I got a chuckle out of that. The Dontae who likes the sunshine and warm temperatures agrees wholeheartedly. However, we do need some rain. All right, so we will finally break this Southern California pattern here as we get into the weekend. There's tomorrow, sunshine, temperatures right around 80 degrees. Then you'll notice Sunday morning when you're headed out for services that the clouds are here. It's predominantly cloudy. And then by the afternoon, that's when the rain comes in. There's about 2:30, 3 o'clock, and we've got scattered showers. So you salvage Sunday morning, but Sunday afternoon going to be on the wet side. And that's going to continue to linger through the evening and through the overnight hours as well. And then we switch to this map that carries it out a little longer. There's the Monday morning commute right there. It's going to be a wet one for the Monday morning commute. We dry it out for the evening commute, though. Then for Tuesday, by midday, we bring some rain back in here, so it's a wet one for the evening commute on Tuesday. So here's what we're looking at today. Temperatures in the 60s and 70s out there. I like showing these panels sometimes. Oftentimes, when you're watching the forecast, we show the bigger population centers in the counties, but sometimes you like to see and hear the smaller town, smaller city name. If you know your Northeast Ohio geography, then, your temperature in your town that's maybe 10, 15 miles away from this is not going to be too drastically different than the other. So Cleveland at 71, sunshine. Vermilion a little cooler by the lake, 69. Chardon at 70 with some sunshine, 72, and sunny in Akron. Then tonight, clear skies. The haze is going to start to dissipate a little bit. 55 in Cleveland tonight, so not bad. 51 in Eaton, and then 50 in Parkman, and then Ashland coming in right around 51. Then over the weekend, sunny and 80 for Saturday. Partly cloudy skies in the morning for Sunday, and then rain for the afternoon. Temperatures still staying pretty decent, right around 80. Then here's the 8-day forecast, where we keep the rain showers in there for not only Sunday, but through Sunday afternoon, but through Monday, Tuesday, then some lingering leftover showers there for Wednesday morning. Then we're drier for Wednesday afternoon, and then 78 with some sunshine coming back here as we head into Thursday and Friday. I'll just kind of let you sit there and look at that just for a hot second to show you what's coming our way. Comfortable temperatures overnight, 50s and 60s, not bad. But then the afternoon, we're looking at again, temperatures in the 70s and 80s. All right, so that is it here. I am going to update the clickable forecast for you all who like to get that there on the app and on the web, and I'll freshen up the web forecast too, and let you know what we're seeing, especially for Sunday afternoon now. Before, I think we were seeing Sunday evening as when the rain would come in, but this newest update says no, it's going to be firmly in the middle of the afternoon on Sunday. So that will probably play a little bit of a damper in some, literally and figuratively, in your plans for Sunday afternoon. But today and tomorrow, if you can, get out and enjoy it. It's phenomenal. And then for those of you with the gardens and the lawns that you have yourself, not in an apartment building or what have you, but your own lawn that you're trying to take care of, Mother Nature's going to finally help you as we get into Sunday into next week with some well-needed rain. All right, everybody, have a great weekend. I will see you this evening when my buddies Mackenzie Barton and Andre Bernier join me.